Submachine guns as a weapon category are arguably the best in Black Ops 6. With guns like the C9, Jackal and PP919, it is kind of hard to argue. For that reason, for the first time I'm going to recommend you stick to core for all of your headshots. Using the power of the weapon combined with the busyness of a small map in core, you can really start to rack up some headshots. Depending on your tolerance to dying, I'd recommend stakeout 24/7. If you don't mind dying loads by shotguns for the greater good of headshots, then this is the right game mode. If you prefer to tone it back a little, then Nuketown could be your preferred choice, or better yet, if you prefer some variety, then Face Off could still be a great option. As you level up your weapons, you'll want to start adding some attachments. Feel free to change anything, but for me, going for headshots, I prefer control over movement, so our first focus will be recoil control. I then like to add some bullet velocity. It isn't necessary, but I feel it hits a little better, but this may be more of a personal thing. Next, we'll add some ADS, but I also like the option of adding a mix of ADS and sprint to fire when it does become available. Lastly, if I'm happy with the iron sight, I'll add an extended mag, especially on small maps like Stakeout. Otherwise, I'll just choose a red dot. When it comes to getting headshots, don't feel you need to sprint around, even on the smaller maps. Sometimes walking around with good centering can be the smarter option, especially if people are running around with shotguns. The SMG range is also pretty good, and with that added bullet velocity, it does allow you to be more versatile, meaning not every fight has to be up close. Once you've completed your 100 headshots, you can move on to the special challenges, where some have the same. Starting easy with the C9, where we need 30 kills shortly after sprinting and 50 kills with a suppressor. Start with the obvious one, which is adding a suppressor and jumping into Stakeout 24/7. With it being so small, after a little sprint you're likely to bump into someone, making pretty much every kill count. You don't have to continuously sprint around. What I like to do is sprint into the corner and then either walk or slide around. This way you have a lot more control and can catch out anyone who is still on the move. Once you have the 50 kills, I'll be surprised if both challenges haven't been complete at the same time. So next up we have the KSV, where we need 2 kills without reloading and 50 kills while moving. For this challenge, adding an extended mag can really help, just in case you do miss some initial shots, and don't forget to reload after the 2 kills. There is no time limit between the 2 kills, so don't feel the need to rush. This isn't like double kills. If you make sure you're not standing still while firing and you are moving in any direction slightly as you get the kill, you'll be earning towards both challenges. The third SMG is the Tanto, which requires 50 kills while moving yet again and 30 kills without taking damage. If you wanted to, you could just jump into hardcore, where every kill is pretty much going to count. Although personally, I just stuck with core, as there'll be many fights where your opponents aren't looking or just firing at someone else. If you are struggling on Stakeout, then switch to Nuketown, where there's more space to third party or get in behind your enemy. PP919 is up next, and you're required to get 30 hipfire kills and 50 eliminations with the strategist specialty active. Start by selecting 3 green perks, giving you the specialty, and then we want to switch up our class to add recoil control, sprint to fire speed and hipfire spread. Stakeout is by far the best map for this, but you have a choice of core or hardcore. Hardcore requires you to be a lot less accurate, but lobbies do play a lot slower. I stuck with core as the SMG hipfire is actually pretty good, and I prefer a move in lobby. This way I can try and catch players running between rooms, keeping the gunfights nice and close. The fifth SMG is the Jackal, with 30 kills shortly after sprinting and 30 point blank kills. Now we have done the shortly after sprinting, which isn't a problem at all, but point blank kills can be one. Like earlier, we want a good hipfire class, as aiming can really slow us down in this one. This time I'll switch to 3 blue perks, giving us the recon specialty, allowing me to see through walls. Stick to Stakeout 24/7, but again you have a choice of core or hardcore. Core does have a lot of people running around, which allows you to bump into them or wait for them to run on past, but often with the amount of bullets required, I found that they had time to move out of the point blank range. This is why I actually really like hardcore for this challenge, because you can happily one-tap players as you wait around corners or doorways. Start with core, see how you get on, and if you're getting done by the hit markers, then just make the switch to hardcore. The last SMG is the Kampakt, where we need 30 hipfire kills and 30 kills after sprinting. As we've done both of these challenges previously, and I've spoken about the hipfire for the PP919, I won't bore you by going over the exact same things. Instead, I'll just show you the class that I used. Finally, we move on to the gold challenge, which as always we need double kills. For this, I do like the extended mag on the SMG. It isn't necessary, but I like the comfort of extra bullets just in case. No brainer, the smaller the map the better, as you have around 2 to 3 seconds between each kill. But I think the common mistake with double kills is that you have to rush into gunfights, and this simply isn't the case. On a small map like Stakeout, there'll be plenty of chances to pick up double kills simply by holding a popular angle. A great example is the bedroom walkway. Enemies are constantly funneled into a tight walkway, forcing them into gunfights that you're prepared and waiting for. Diamond, as you know, is to get 3 kills in 1 life 10 times. A small map like Stakeout can easily work, but for me, I like to make the switch to Nuketown. In a slightly bigger map, this allows me to take on more 1v1 gunfights, where the odds are more in my favour rather than running into multiple enemies. This isn't triple kills, which means I can take advantage of having no time limit. Play at a speed that suits you best. If you find yourself struggling, then slow down more and start to watch angles. Wait for people like me who stupidly overchow, giving you an easy kill. If you find yourself really struggling, then mix it up by going into hardcore, where the lobbies are naturally a lot slower and less accuracy is required. I hope this video has helped. Let me know by hitting the thumbs up. Consider subscribing for more guides in the future, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.